Hey everybody, it is March 13th. It is about 6:45 in the morning, I think. Getting ready to head out for the day. I think last time I posted a video, I was in Forest Park. I'd made some posts when I had made it to Queenie Park. Camped there overnight. Started to hike through to the other part of through the other side of the park, and headed towards Ellisville on Old Route 66. About halfway through that second day, I started to feel a lot of pain. My feet, my gear, things weren't right, which I guess is the point of that initial hike or whatever. Ended up finding a super cheap motel. Started to feel kind of bad about that. Pretty good deal though, $50 for the night, and in Ellisville, Missouri. You get about $50 worth of a hotel room as well. I think there are cigarette burns on things I didn't know you could get cigarette burns on. Anyway, started kind of feeling a little bad about it. But then looking at the mileage, I did winding through parks and coming up, side roads. It was about 35, give or take, miles that I'd done in about a day and a half. When I had mentioned that to an old Marine Corps buddy of mine, Chris, his comment was, you're hiking like somebody's still yelling at you to be in formation, which I think I alluded to in my post yesterday about, there's something about putting on boots and a pack and walking for the first time in 20 some odd years, and a lot of subconscious practices and stuff come out, driving my heels, walking at a pace that's unnecessary for this, and ultimately I'm glad I got to stop and rest up and get my gear right, drop some weight, drop a bag, but more importantly, got me thinking about the people that have asked why I'm doing it, or what's the expectation that I have out of this. And although I don't have an answer all the way for that, I start to see the string that I'm starting to pull and unravel internally, in that reliving and rehashing some old traumas I didn't know I had. I guess we're starting with boot camp things or military things that are just tucked away inside there, things I didn't think I had to work through or deal with, and didn't even really know were there. So here we go. Here are the things that I am hoping to fix and change internally, and we're starting to see what that's going to look like, or I am. There's a guy I followed that did this trip. He did it from Delaware to California, as I mentioned, is Adventures of a Crazy Vet. If you haven't looked at his YouTube or followed him on Instagram, he does some similar things here, and it kind of inspired me to do this. But he had suggested looking at a guy that had also done the hike. I like Mike Hike, I think is the whole thing. Anyway, cut to, he had a phrase or something that he had mentioned that stuck with me, which is that this abstract idea of what we're doing becomes very real at one point, and you start to see what you're actually up against versus the idea of what you thought you were. So yeah, that's where we am. I'm did a lot of stretching, feeling better. We've got some feet issues worked out and some gear issues. So on the old Route 66 route today, I'm going to keep it slow. Hopefully to get to a place called Gray Point, I believe, where it looks like I can kind of camp out, and the weather's great. And anyway, also huge shout out to everybody who has been supporting this trip. Nature and videos and pics will be a little bit more what we're doing coming up. I just wanted to give everybody a big shout out for helping and supporting, and let you know kind of where I am. Again, the GoFundMe is on the profile bios if that's something you want to do. Also importantly, just sharing these videos, sharing the links. Been tons of words of encouragement and support. So yeah, any way you can support or just watch the journey, come along with us. We're all kind of in this now for anyone who's participating here. So yeah, I'll check back in at camp, or at least when I break camp in the morning. Thanks.